What's up YouTube? It's Ascended Tech Ninja back again for another video, and today we're going to be doing a comparison video with the JBL Boombox 2 versus the Harman Kardon Onyx Studio 5 and 7. Now I know these are two different types of speakers, but why not compare them and see which one is right for you?
So if you're looking for a rugged, waterproof, portable Bluetooth speaker with massive sound, the JBL Boombox 2 is for you. So if you want to have it at the park, in your backyard, or even in your room. Now this is a bit overkill, but the clip you see now was my pre-production first video. So I hope you enjoy.
Yo! Oh my god.
But if you're looking for portable luxury Bluetooth speakers for at-home use, the Harman Kardons are for you. Using their soft touch fabric and aluminum handles, but as the Studio 7 takes us further, with its anodized die-cast aluminum handle that wraps around the entire speaker. But I will say on the Studio 5, the fabric does feel softer to the hand, but it is more prone to damage. But one thing I will say, do not get their looks confused with their sound performance, because these are two monsters underneath the hood.
Let's start off with the JBL Boombox 2, shall we? So this speaker retails for $499.95, but on sale you can get this speaker as low as $399.95. The speaker features a Bluetooth 5.1 with an SPC audio codec, so it's not the best for watching videos over Bluetooth, but JBL says you can get up to 24 hours listening time with this 10,000 mAh size battery. But in what we're testing, I'm only able to get around 5 hours and 30 minutes with the volume set to 60 to 80%. But if I do turn up to max, I'm only able to get around 4 hours and 30 minutes. Now on the back, we got our micro USB for service, so it doesn't really serve a purpose because you can just plug in its charging lead and do a firmware update that way. And then we got our 3.5mm auxiliary input for wired listening, so you get options. As far as this right here, that is the JBL Particles button. So basically, you can connect up to 100 JBL Particles compatible speakers together, or you can have two JBL Boombox 2s, one playing the left channel and one playing the right channel. So as far as the speaker's power, it's going on a 60 watt on its battery, and it's 80 watt when you plug it in, so it gets louder. As far as the speaker's setup, it has two 106mm woofers, two 25mm tweeters, and two JBL passive radiators on each side. So since the Harman Kardon Onyx Studio 5 and the 7 is pretty much the same speaker, I'll be mostly talking about the Studio 7, and the price starts at $479.95, while the Studio 5 starts at $160 on Amazon. But at T-Mobile, you can get a speaker for $200 as long as you get an accessory with it. But I'm not sure if it's still doing it or not, so call T-Mobile up and see if it's still doing it. So as far as features, this speaker has Bluetooth 4.2 with an SPC audio codec, so it's really not good for watching videos over Bluetooth. It has a 3250 mAh size battery that Harman Kardon claims you can get up to 8 hours of listening time. But in my testing, I'm only able to get 4 hours and 30 minutes with the volume set to 50 to 60% volume. But if I do turn up all the way, I'm only able to get around an hour and a half. And as far as ports, so it has a micro USB Type-C for service, but there's no app, so it's there for decoration.
What?
And then it has a 3.5 auxiliary input for wired listening. As far as speaker panel protocols, so this speaker supports Harman Kardon's wireless sound. And what it does, you can get two Harman Kardon Onyx Studio 7s and play them together, or have one play the left channel and one play the right channel. So as far as the power goes, it's a 40-watt speaker. I'm running on its battery, but when you plug it in, it actually gets louder, and it turns into a 50-watt speaker. As far as the speaker layout, it has one 120mm woofer, two 25mm tweeters, and two passive radiators on the top, front, and back. Now, everything I said applies to the Studio 5, but it's mono, so basically you're not going to get that left and right separation. And it's micro USB port for service. Still doesn't have an app, so Yeah, it's still useless, and its battery is 3283 compared to 3250. I don't know why they decreased it when both of them smaller. But besides for that, so we'll be playing all three speakers at 100% volume with AC and DC modes. So please put in your headphones for the best sound experience, and let's get on to the sound test. Back for that sound test. I hope you heard it over the camera. So basically, the Boombox 2 is obviously the speaker with AC mode on or off at all times, but its highs are very sharp. So anything over 80% can cause ear fatigue. I actually had to cover my ears for a little bit while I was over there. The mids are very clean and rich, but it can use a bit more detail to become more encompassing. And as far as the bass, it's very boosted from 50 to 45 hertz. So much so that, like, I'm not sure if you saw over the camera, but it did start to shake a little bit, and then it does bottom out just a little bit. So the Studio 7, it still sounds good. It's actually still my favorite sounding speaker that I have. The highs are clean, yet never ear piercing. Its mids is very encompassing, and the lows, even though it's not as boosted as the Boombox 2, it goes much lower, down to 30 hertz, but 27 hertz is where it stops at. But at that point, you really don't hear it, you just feel the floor shaking. Now, the Studio 5, it still sounds good, but since it's mono, its soundstage is very narrow. Its highs are clean, but nothing spectacular. Its mids are flat, and the bass still goes down to 32 hertz. And it still shakes the floor, but it's not as much as the Studio 7. So, let's see truly how powerful the Boombox 2 really is. Can it take the Studio 5 and 7 together? Well, let's find out. So fragile.
new and exciting feelings, but I won't leave you. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding Let's slow down. I wanna live right now. I'm not worried, thinking about tomorrow. I'm feeling everything I need from you. It's all I believe in. I know you feel it too. Will everything we know be lost and changed for something new? Only time will tell, but I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you. I'll be holding you.
And we are back from that sound test. So the Boombox 2 still outperforms the Studio 5 and 7 combined, but like in bass it still beats it down to 45 hertz, but the Studio 5 and 7 destroy it like down like by 18 hertz. So this tested at 38, 32, and 27. So one thing we'll say about the Studio 5 and 7, like with their bass, with any like bass boosted music, that it does start to distort some. The 5 does more so than 7, and it can become a problem, but that's only if you're truly pushing it. So let's see about how does the Boombox 2 sound with the Harman Kardons. 7s and 5, vice versa, and a Boombox 2 sound great together. Now what I used was Samsung Dual Audio, so I can connect two Bluetooth speakers and play them at the same time without any audio latency. As long as there's the two same Bluetooth profiles, and in the Studio 5 and Boombox 2 have no problem doing this. And not to mention, if you had the Studio 6 and the Boombox 2, it would still work. But unfortunately, with the Studio 7, with any other speaker, like audio latency comes up and then it's just too much. So picture this. Harman Kardon has JBL Party Boost, or wherever the Flip 6 might bring out Party Boost Plus, who knows. So basically, Harman owns JBL, so if they wanted to add this feature, they can, like they did in the past with JBL Connect Plus. Like they had the Studio 4 and the JBL Charge 4, well no, Charge 3 in the Flip series to be able to pair it up to each other. So if you don't make our voices heard, they don't know if we won or not, if we don't say anything, so let's make our voices be heard. So, like I said at first, these are two different types of speakers. The Harman Kardons are for at-home luxury speakers that double as art, and the Boombox 2 is just a monstrous party speaker that you can take with you on the go. Now, if you enjoy this comparison, hit the like button, but if you love it, smash this subscribe button. But besides for that, I truly thank you for watching. This has been the Cinetech Ninja. I see you on the next one. Peace out.